Welcome to Mimesis, the podcast about all the twisted ways art and life imitate each other. I'm Sandra Sheriff-Zackerly.
And I'm Stacey Rourke.
And we are your hosts on this zany adventure.
Yes, we are.
We are.
How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm stressed, but I'm okay.
Stressed.
I'm in the pre-book event stress of trying to make sure I have everything done and ready for a Polycon, and yeah.
Yeah, lots and lots and lots going on.
I made gifts with purchase for everybody that buys a book from me. So I made like these floral infused bath soaps, and I made not bath soaps, bath salts. And then I made shea butter soaps, and there's buttons and there's stickers and I made bracelets. There's beaded bracelets. And
awesome.
Yeah, so there's lots of stuff there.
I like all the goodie swag that you have.
Yeah, there's been a lot. I can only see the top of your head right now, and it's kind of weirding me out.
I know. I had to move it. Is that better?
That's better. Thank you. So I'm ready to go, but I'm also at that point where like I'm ready. Let's do it now. Like there's so much stuff between now and then that I have to get done yet, and I'm like, can we just go? Can we just be there already?
Yeah. Is this your first book event of the year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, this is my first, and yeah, this is a big one.
And have you done this book event yet?
I haven't. This one is from what I've heard from everybody, this book event is insane. It's
like in a good way?
In a good way.
Okay.
This one, there's 2 giant ballrooms worth of people.
Oh, nice.
And like readers only have a certain amount of time that they can spend at each table, and you're only allowed to grab so many books, and you have to like keep it moving. And it's just, there's so many people that come to this, and I've heard that like however many books you bring, it's not going to be enough. You're going to sell out. So make plans for, if you want people to order from you and you'll send it free, or, I have my QR code so people can scan and get, my ebooks right there at the table if they want.
Awesome.
So yeah, there's a lot of hype. This is the brainchild of New York Times bestseller Jennifer Armentrout. This is her event.
Awesome.
And I
wish I could go.
Yeah, this one is you fill out an interest form, but then you have to be invited to come to this one. This isn't like,
So it's like inclusive.
Yeah. So I'm really hoping I get invited back. So I'm going to be on my best behavior.
Calm down, Stacey.
I know. Try not to say fuck a whole lot, which will just make me say fuck more.
Right.
But it'll be fun. It's also our first time going to Washington, D.C., so we're pretty excited about that.
And you have a couple days that you can go and look around everything?
I have a day that I can go and look around. My kids, their dad is flying in on Friday, and they will have like half a day on Friday and then Saturday and Sunday. Or not Saturday and Sunday, but they'll do sightseeing with me on Thursday. They can do sightseeing with Dad Friday afternoon, and then sightseeing with Dad all day Saturday. So they'll have like 3 days that they can go check stuff out.
Yeah. Emma goes to DC in November.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
With the school or?
School.
Okay.
Yep. She's very much looking forward to it. And with all the walking, they're like, you need to prepare these kids to maybe put 25 miles in a day.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yes.
Wow.
I was talking to one of the kids that went last year. It's the 8th grade trip. And he's an 8th grader this year. And he said that we walked and walked and walked. And he's like, you don't have to take a bunch of stuff to do in the hotel room, because the minute that you put your head down, you're falling asleep and crashing.
Yeah. You're going to be exhausted.
Yeah.
Well,
I hope you have fun and a safe trip, and I hope you sell all your books.
I hope so too. I hope so too. Oh, I got to tell you. Okay, so I had all of the swag made and ready to go. And then I'm looking at the
Yeah.
Polycon groups, and they were talking about these beaded bracelets that have like the words spelled out on them. And apparently it was a big thing that people are trading these bracelets. So my thought then was, okay, well, I need to have bracelets that I give away with some of my purchases so that people can be part of this bracelet making or display bracelet trading thing. So I did, and I think I made over 30 bracelets.
Okay.
But I had like 3 nights where evening wind down time, I was just making bracelets the entire time. And there was one day that I had 2 more that I wanted to make that night, and then I was going to wrap it for the night. And I'm making this bracelet, and I kind of knew it was probably time for me to stop because I was dropping more of the beads. I'm getting butter.
Cussing more.
I'm getting a little bit more butterfingers, but I'm like, it's 2 more. Power through and get 2 more done and then be finished with it. And I got this bracelet completely done. All of it was beautiful. It was so perfect. And I went to tie the knot to tie it off, and I missed, and all of the beads hit the floor. Like all of them.
Oh no. So then you're like, well, I'm done now.
That's exactly what it was. I was like, fuck it. Never mind. I'm done.
Yep.
I just picked all the
I do
beads
that too.
up, put them in the thing. They weren't even in the right order. I'm like, I don't care. I'm done. That's it.
Well, I kind of did something similar to that. Well, not really, but I was making a salad today
Yeah.
for dinner, and I had like the whole salad made, and I just wanted a few pickles. So I was putting a few pickles on there, and so I set the jar of pickles down, and then I went to go grab the jar again to dump it out in the sink because it was empty. Well, when I grabbed it, it slipped right out of my hand and fell right on my salad and spilled all the pickle juice on the salad. And I was like, well, I didn't know I wanted a wet salad today.
Okay, but did you eat it anyway? Because I absolutely would have eaten it anyway.
Yeah, I just dumped off all the liquid and ate it still.
I'm the weirdo that would have just drank the pickle juice off of it. Because
No, I can't. I can't.
I love pickle juice. Love it.
You're weird.
I know.
I love it.
I drink it
you're
right from
weird.
the jar, man.
I guess it depends on. I do picklebacks when I have whiskey.
They say
Shot
that
of whiskey,
pickle juice.
shot of pickle.
Yeah, they say pickle juice is actually really good for you.
Well, as long as it doesn't have all the salt.
Shut up.
But it does pickles. If you are dehydrated, pickles can replenish your electrolytes.
Yeah, honestly, a lot of there's been times that I've finished working out because I don't like Gatorade. Gatorade to me is disgusting. But if I had a workout where I got super duper sweaty and I like need to replenish a little bit, sometimes I will just do a shot of pickle juice.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a reason why like Disney parks sell pickles.
Yeah. Because they're delicious.
They are, and they will keep you hydrated.
Yes.
A little bit.
Okay, so that's what we got going on. What are we talking about today, ma'am?
Okay. So I said last week that I kind of wanted to do a like something in the culinary field.
Yes.
Because I was like feeling in a cookie mood. Well, I couldn't find anything that like really interested me. So I went on a totally different spectrum of art.
Okay.
And I went with a painter.
Oh, fun.
Yes. Named Margaret Keane.
Okay.
So the movie that I'm talking about is called Big Eyes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. This movie is about the relationship between American artist Margaret Keane and her second husband, Walter Keane.
Okay.
And Walter Keane is a horrible man
Right off the bat.
who took credit for Margaret's phenomenal popular paintings of people with big eyes.
Oh, he's a dick.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. So when I say big eyes, I need you to think about like Gideon's Bakehouse.
Okay.
And you know the portraits?
Yes. Yes.
The big eyes.
There's another artist that does that. Oh my God. I have an Ursula painting that the faces are very pretty, but the eyes are enormous. And I think it's very that same type of thing.
Yes.
I don't know what the name of the artist is, and I feel horrible about that. But I get what you're saying. Yes. They're almost like comically large eyes.
Yes. She didn't really do like the haunted like Gideon's houses. Yes. But they were still the really big eyes with like the tinier bodies, like a little bit bigger heads. Like I love it so much.
Was she the first artist to really do that look?
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, if it
like I was trying to find that and I couldn't really like pinpoint down, but I think she was.
I think that's why they were so popular, is because it was a new brand of art.
Yes. Well, that and Walter Keane.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately he did help her in that sense, but yet took credit for all her work.
Mm-hmm. As they do.
But none other than Tim Burton produced the movie.
Really? I
Yes.
didn't know that. Does it have a Tim Burton vibe to it? Or was this like more of a different spin for him?
I would say the only Tim Burton vibe are like the pictures.
Okay.
And then there's a couple little sinister scenes. That's like, okay, I can see it. But it took me a second to be like, did Tim Burton do this?
That's really interesting.
Yeah. Especially because there's no Helen Bonham Carter.
There's no Johnny Depp in there either.
There's no Johnny Depp. This had Amy Adams and Christopher Waltz, Danny Hudson, and Kristen Ritter.
That's so funny. And so this was just like a total change for him.
Yeah,
which good
this
for
was back
him.
in 2014.
Look, good for him challenging himself with something different.
Yeah. I don't think he was the original producer, but
he's one of the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the one who finally got the ball rolling on this.
Okay. Maybe he was a fan and really wanted to...
That's what I was like, did Tim Burton get his idea for like Jack Skellington from him?
Yeah.
From her. Yeah. What about like his Frankenstein?
Or Corpse Bride. I almost said Corpse Queen. Yes. Wishful thinking.
She does become Sally, right?
Yeah.
The queen. No? Okay.
Not the same thing. But hey, Tim Burton, if you're listening, check out Corpse Queen.
Right.
I think it's right up your alley.
Yeah, please. Oh,
it's got dead people.
I would be so giddy and like die of happiness if I watched Tim Burton do your book.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? And he would be the perfect person to do it.
Absolutely.
Because it's so ghoulish and...
We need to send him a copy.
We do.
We're going to do that. I'm going to put that on my list.
Okay. We're going to find a way to send Tim Burton a copy of Corpse Queen.
Yes.
And
because
he's got Corpse Bride, so the title could always be Carnage Crossing, because that's the name of the city of the dead.
Yes.
I think.
Ugh. Give me Gideon.
I know.
On a platter.
Oh my God.
Please.
I showed you the image that Ellie made, didn't I?
Yes.
Where she found a way to combine Sam, who plays Jamie Fraser, with Johnny Depp when he was in Don Juan DeMarco. And she morphed the two men into this beautiful creature that could pretty much take over the entire world with a smile.
Yes. That's Gideon.
That's Gideon.
Right there. Mm-hmm. And the pirate talk.
Oh,
yes.
That's
right there.
That's our boo. That's our boo. Okay.
So the movie in 1950, Margaret Olbrich, which is Margaret Keane, leaves her then husband and takes her young daughter Jane to North Beach, San Francisco. Like, I mean, the beginning scenes are her throwing stuff in a bag and like getting them out. Like, you never see her first husband at all.
Okay.
She just leaves.
All right. He's not a player in this at all.
Not at all.
Okay.
But they wanted to show you that she left him.
She left him, and she'd been married before. Yeah. They had a kid. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because people didn't really do that at that time.
Mm-mm.
They didn't leave.
Not in the 50s.
No. So when she gets to San Francisco, she gets a job painting illustrations in a furniture factory, which she really did that. She painted furniture in the 1950s. It was baby cribs, and she also painted clothing.
How do you paint clothing? Like with fabric markers? Fabric paints?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
But the paintings on the cribs, like they show in the movie, her going up to this furniture warehouse, and she's interviewing. She's like, I can do this and I can do that, and here's my portfolio. And he's like, you do not realize this is a furniture. Like, we build furniture. And she goes, well, I can paint on them.
Yeah.
So then they like see it painting the next scene.
Well, do you remember like rocking chairs from back when? They usually had like something painted on the wooden back of the rocking chair. That was
and that's what this was. Okay. It was like a crib or like a toddler bed that she was like painting Humpty Dumpty on.
Okay. Yeah, I remember seeing things like that.
It like pans out and there's just like a room of 20 people painting the same image.
Ugh. For an artist, that's got
to be frustrating.
Exactly. You're just like, okay, well, this is not taking advantage of my talent at all.
Yeah. So, back to the real movie. While doing portraits, the real movie. Back to the movie.
The real movie, as opposed to the one we're making up.
While doing portraits at an outdoor art show, she meets Walter Keane, who sells paintings of Parisian street scenes but makes his money in real estate. They soon become close friends. Margaret is distraught when her husband asks for custody of Jane as part of the divorce settlement, and Walter goes, let's go get married. So they did.
Okay, so that she could keep her daughter.
So they go to Hawaii, and she retains custody of Jane.
They just go to Hawaii to get married, or they move to Hawaii?
They go to Hawaii to get married and have a honeymoon.
Okay.
And that's where she starts doing like these little portraits and making money, because he's like, let's stay an extra week.
Okay.
Okay.
Because Hawaii puts that kind of spell on you. I get it.
I've never been there, so I don't know.
You were pregnant.
Yeah, I think
you were. That's the only reason you couldn't go. You were pregnant.
Yeah, that's very true. No, I had a 1-month-old.
That's what it was. Yeah.
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 But no, I knew it had to do with the baby.
It did. Yeah.
No 1-month-old on a 9-hour flight.
No. No, that one. No.
For the sake of
no. I don't even want to put myself through that thought of like taking a baby on a plane that young
for 9 hours. No. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
No.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I mean, he'd sleep most of the time. He was a good sleeper, but no.
Yeah.
I think I'd be more stressed than everybody else.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. So how they really met was while she was still married to her first husband.
Oh.
And Walter would tell the story later on that when he was at the height of his popularity, that he had saw her sitting at a North Beach bistro, and he was attracted to her large eyes. And at the time, Walter was also married, worked as a real estate salesman, and painted on the side. So that was his story, because of he tried to claim that he was the creator of the big eyes.
Yeah.
So he said that's why he fell in love with her, was her big eyes drew me in.
And then I started painting characters with big eyes. Yeah.
No, you didn't, sir.
No.
He would later tell reporters, however, that he had given up his highly successful real estate career to paint.
Okay.
Margaret saw him as, quote, suave, gracious, and charming.
So he's slick. He's slick.
He is like your typical narcissist and just good talking salesman.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, if he's a successful realtor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
He knows how to smooth talk.
Yes. Okay. So, unable to get his or Margaret's paintings into a fine art gallery, Walter convinces Enrico Banducci, the owner of a popular jazz club, to rent him some wall space to exhibit their work. However, he is frustrated when he has designated space in the back by the bathrooms. You get this to rent out.
Yeah. Where people wait in line to piss.
I mean, technically, Banducci has the right idea in a way. Everybody has to go to the bathroom at some point.
And if you put like a price sticker
them
or something there so people know that these are things that are up for sale, then somebody might see something and be like, that's really cool.
And the way in the movie, they actually like put like, you know how like spotlights so that you can see the art. They actually did that.
Okay.
So, I mean, he got people looking. And he was a creep that was sitting outside of the bathroom like trying to talk to people. Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
He did that? No.
Yes, in the movie.
That's so
like, I don't know in real life, but yeah. Yeah.
No. But if you think
like,
about it,
let me talk to you about these paintings.
if you're in a nightclub, if it's out in the main lobby, you're dancing, you're talking, you're interacting,
if it's not behind the bar where you're physically looking at your drinks.
Yes.
You're not going to pay attention to it.
No, you're not going to see it. I'd had a lot of partying days when I was younger, and let me tell you, I can't tell you if there was any artwork on any walls at all. Right. My gaze was focused on the dudes. I was scanning the space.
Yes.
So, no. But I could say, to this day, there have been, one that comes to mind is Prost in Frankenmuth. I know when you go into the bathroom, and I have used both the men and the women's room in Prost because they're exactly the same, and sometimes the line is just shorter. So I will go into either. One of them has the entire monologue from Cocktail that he does about all the drinks. One of them has that on the wall, and the other one I want to say is something from. It's another quote from a movie. But it's artwork I remember because that's like the only spot in there that's quiet and you're actually looking at that. So I could see that actually makes sense.
Yeah. Like, kind of makes sense. Like I said, the only creepy thing is that he was trying to stand there and talk to them about the art.
Yeah, no, don't talk to me.
This isn't a fine art gallery. This is just let them look, and if they want it, they will buy it.
Also, do not talk to me when I'm in line for the bathroom. I'm going to think that you're going to try to grab me and pull me into the bathroom.
Exactly. Like, I'm just going to walk away and go somewhere else.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. Okay. So he fights with Banducci and puts the man's head through one of her paintings.
Oh.
Like, right through the canvas.
That's great.
And this becomes the front page story in a local newspaper, which packs the club with people curious to see the artists that make grown men fight.
Oh, okay.
So it helped him.
All press is good press.
Yeah. So Dick Nolan, a celebrity gossip columnist, wants to know more about the artwork, but proceeds to ask about Margaret's paintings of young girls with big eyes. Walter goes along. Oh, he thinks that because she writes it as Keen,
okay,
that it's his. So Walter goes along with the misunderstanding and failing to clarify that they are Margaret's creation.
Oh, that's so shitty. That's so shitty.
Yep.
That would be like if people see Phys Accurately on our podcast and they, tell Scott, oh, I really like your podcast that you're doing. And he doesn't correct them that it's yours. Like,
Right. Right. Or you just write Rourke and your husband's like, I wrote that book. She didn't write that.
yeah, that's shitty. Don't do that.
Yes.
Don't do that.
No. Nope. So Walter goes along with it. And then afterward, he shows Margaret how much money he made selling the work and suggests they team up, with her staying at home and painting and him taking the credit and handling the publicity and the sales. Asshole.
You can handle the publicity and the sales. You're not going to take credit for it. Like, that's what my response would be.
This really happened. Walter took credit for Margaret's work. Margaret said that he began selling her characteristics big eyes paintings immediately, but unknown to her, claimed it was his own. And a principal venue for his sales was the Comedy Club in San Francisco. When she discovered his deception, she remained silent.
That had to make the lawsuit pretty rough later.
Yes. She later explained her behavior. I was afraid of him because he threatened to have me done in if I said anything. Margaret even publicly acknowledged him as the artist, while later claiming it was torturous for her. She rationalized the situation on the ground that at least they were being shown. But if you're being that abused, or you're afraid, you're going to say that.
Was he violent with her, or was it emotional abuse?
I think by him saying that he would take her out, like, it might not have been... I think it was more verbal.
Okay. It was emotional abuse. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But abuse is abuse.
Oh, yeah,
it
absolutely.
There's a hand on her or just mentally plays games with her. Yeah. So Walter opens his own galleries selling Margaret's art and eventually hits on the idea of making cheap reproductions of Margaret's work, which sell in huge numbers.
Okay.
So, like, to get people to come to the gallery in the movie, he would take and, like, put posters up, and then he would start selling those posters.
Okay.
So they were just being, like, mass produced.
And they're not...
Yeah.
It's not like you're selling 100 posters for $5 as opposed to one authentic painting for $500.
Right.
Okay, which kind of diminishes the value of the work a little bit, but...
A little, but thankfully the way it looked was that he was only doing it with one piece of work and not all of them.
Oh, okay. That's good.
So it was like one piece would get a poster made, and then they would just sell those, but it would draw in people to buy the others.
Okay. As we're talking about this, I'm going to pull up her name and her work because I want to see some of them.
They're gorgeous. And I think that they really use some of her work because a lot when you pull up her name, it pops up in image searches.
Those are gorgeous. Yeah. We need to put some of these up when we post the episode because these are
we will for sure.
Beautiful. Yeah. Okay.
He sold those in huge numbers. The family moves into a mansion, and Walter spends his time hobnobbing with celebrities.
As one does.
Margaret is stuck at home, feeling isolated and just cranking out paintings.
So he's going out and enjoying the spoils of her work, and she's at home just working.
Right.
This guy's a dick.
Absolutely. He even makes Margaret lie to Jane about doing the paintings because obviously she grew up with her mother.
Okay.
Jane is her daughter.
Okay.
She's grown up with her mother, seeing her paint these pictures, and now he's claiming to paint them. Like, she knows. She just knows that he's not painting those. But they hide it from her.
That's horrible. He makes her lie to her
don't
own
take
daughter.
Her to anything. Yeah. Yep. So one day she finds a crate full of paintings. Because remember, Walter was a painter as well.
Yes.
and trying to sell these scenes of the Parisian streets in Paris and whatnot. And they're all signed Scenic. S.CENIC. Scenic.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Okay.
Since she realizes that she has never actually seen Walter paint and discovers that he has been painting over the name of the original artist and claiming these paintings as his own.
Oh, shit.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
So then it's the question of, I tried looking for this, I couldn't find it, but was he an artist? Or did he just take credit for
other people's work?
Other people's work.
I'm guessing he just took credit for other people's work.
I think so too. I think he never painted.
No.
Like in the beginning of the movie, there's a clip where it shows them, like, Margaret painting, and he's standing there with a blank easel and a canvas, and the daughter's like, well, why aren't you painting? And he's like, well, I need inspiration and it'll just come to me. And then you never see him go back to that. It's blank canvas. And then so then when to get to this scene where she finds the whole box of all these paintings that look like his, but they're signed with somebody else's name, she ran out to the other room and scratches off. And she's like, you should know better not to put water on top of oil. It'll just scratch off.
Oh.
So she calls him out.
Uh-huh.
And when she confronts him, he says he always wanted to be an artist, but never had the talent.
What an asshole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But like I said, I couldn't find it in anything that...
If that part actually
was
happened.
Really true. Yeah. Like about the other paintings that he put his name on. I couldn't find anything like that.
Okay. But if he did it for some, it makes you think, why wouldn't he do it for all?
Right. So Margaret indicates that she is losing her interest in continuing the ruse. So Walter threatens to kill her.
Margaret and then Walter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right?
Put the chicken in the pot.
Bork, bork, bork. And make it a pie with the bouzouki. For those that don't know, we just went full Swedish chef.
We did. Okay. So later he tells her of this plan to get a painting displayed at the New York World's Fair and demands Margaret paint her masterpiece. Jane sneaks into the studio when Margaret is working on it, and she already knew that her mom wasn't the one, or her mom was the one who was painting it. But she was like, you have to get out of here. You have to get out of here. So horrible.
Yeah.
So at a party, like right before, like everybody goes and sees it at the World Fair, John Kennedy's scathing review of Tomorrow Forever, which leads the fair not to exhibit the painting. So like he tore it down horribly, that it was not good enough to be art. That's Tomorrow Forever. Yeah. Like there was some really bad reviews about her work.
Yeah.
But I think...
But you know what? All
all
art is subjective.
It is. Like, I love the look of the big eyes.
Yeah.
But I can see where people are like, it's kind of creepy.
Yeah. It's completely subjective. It's the same about books, TV shows, movies. What one person likes, somebody else isn't going to like.
Exactly. Yeah. And so the painting comes down and Walter drunkenly blames Margaret for the failure. He throws lit matches at her and Jane. And they escape and lock themselves into the studio. He still throws it, and the house almost catches on fire because paint thinner.
Yeah, there's a lot of flammable stuff there.
Yeah. So they get out, and they just leave. And it's kind of back to where they were when she first left her husband.
Mm-hmm.
And like in the car, that whole scene was kind of the same. And it was like, wow, come full circle.
Yeah.
And so they moved to Honolulu, and it's a year or so after. And Walter says he will only grant Margaret a divorce if she signs over the rights to every painting and produces 100 more.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Initially, she agrees.
Because she wants to be done with them. She's like, I'll do whatever it takes to get you the fuck out of my life.
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah. But her growing interest in the Jehovah's Witness convinces her of the importance of being honest.
Okay.
So she finally signs a batch of paintings with her own name that she shipped to him. And he freaks out.
Yeah. I told you I'd paint them. I didn't say I'd put your name on them, dick.
Yeah. She finally signs a batch of paintings. Later on a Hawaiian radio show, she reveals that she is the real artist behind the Big Eyes paintings, which makes national news. Nolan publishes Walter's claims that Margaret is delusional. On Jane's suggestion, Margaret sues both Walter and Nolan's newspaper for slander.
Okay.
So, the trial was in Hawaii. At the trial, the judge immediately dismisses the liable lawsuit against the newspaper, and Walter is left to defend himself against slander. He botches his defense because the newspaper had a lawyer, but he did not.
Oh, he was counting on the newspaper's reporter to... Okay. But you've got money, asshole. You live in a fucking mansion.
Right. You were fucking making money off of her work.
Off somebody else's work. So you've got money.
Yeah. He botches his defense, even mimicking in court that he has gathered from Perry Mason episodes. Like, he's trying to mimic what he saw. Like,
isn't
funny.
it true? And he's like going on some big tangent. And they're like, that has nothing to do with this case. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. The judge becomes fed up and directs both Margaret and Walter to create a painting in the court to prove who is the real artist.
I love it.
Whereas Margaret paints steadily, Walter stalls, and then claiming that his arm hurts too much to hold a paintbrush. So Margaret wins the lawsuit.
His arm hurts too much to hold it because he's been painting for so long. And
yeah. Yep. So Margaret wins the lawsuit, and a fan asks for her to sign Walter's coffee table book. Because during the thing, he ends up making a book and like telling how he came up with the idea of the big eyes and everything, and had like a coffee
table book
of all the art on the, like, so you could have it in your coffee table.
What an asshole. Oh, You're the worst, Walter. You're the fucking worst.
Yes. He's so horrible. The film ends with the text stating that Walter continued to insist he was a true artist until his death, though he never painted again, and then he died in poverty. Margaret eventually moved back to San Francisco, where she opened a new gallery and still paints every day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good for her.
So, it was really true that in 1970, Margaret Keane announced on a radio broadcast that she was the real creator.
Okay.
The Keanes continued to dispute the painting's origins, and after Walter suggested that Margaret claimed that she was the printer only because she believed he was dead. So she sued him. For slander at federal court. At the hearing, the judge ordered both of them to create a big-eyed child painting in the courtroom. Walter declined to paint before the court, citing a sore shoulder, whereas Margaret completed her painting in 53 minutes.
And it was a big-eyed painting just like the others.
Yep. And after 3 weeks of a trial, a jury awarded Margaret $4 million in damages.
Yes, queen! Oh, I love that. Good for her.
Yes. And a federal appeals court upheld the verdict of defamation in 1990, but overturned the $4 million damage award. So she did not get the money, but she still won the lawsuit.
Okay. And she was able to take credit for her work and...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was he able to continue to, like he couldn't sell her work anymore?
No.
Okay.
Not anymore. No.
Okay.
Nope. She became the rightful owner of all the copyrights, everything. Good. It was all hers at that point. That's why he died in poverty.
And she was able to open her own gallery and keep painting.
Yep. Yeah.
The fuck was that?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
I did not. I just saw you look behind you.
It was really loud. Sorry, I'm pretty sure it was my kids. I'm sorry. Or I'm hearing the voices again. I'm not sure.
The voices, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, don't let people take your work for their own.
No.
Stand up for yourself and what you believe in.
You know what? That's really funny because I'm not gonna drop any names. I'm not gonna badmouth anybody, but I had somebody ask me to ghostwrite for their writing team not too long ago. But I was asked to ghostwrite for another author. And they threw some zeros behind those numbers to where you kind of go, oh, but wait. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I've worked really fucking hard on my career and to build my name as an author. And if I'm going to write a book, write a story, you goddamn right, my name's going to be on the cover. I'm not gonna do it for another author. That's not how we're going to play this. So,
no.
Yeah.
No, because you deserve the recognition for the time and the effort that you are putting in.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And, my characters are my kids, man. I don't want anybody else taking credit for them. I made them.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Like, it just frustrates me that people take advantage of people so much. And it's like,
all the time.
No, just fucking be nice people.
And when it has to do with somebody else's dream and something that, you're aspiring for and you're shooting for, and for somebody to take advantage of that, that's like, that's a new level of low. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's shitty. Well, I'm glad that she finally got rights to all her work back. Good for her.
I am too. And we will definitely post something at the end when we post about this episode.
Yes. Some pictures
so
of
you
her
guys
work.
Can see pictures.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
They are. I love them so much. Like, I wouldn't mind a Keen on my wall.
Yeah. There's some room on your walls now. And your room is really echoey, so it might help.
I know. I'm so sorry. I'm slowly but surely getting stuff in here again. Yeah.
You need some soundproofing pads.
I have some. I have the ones that you got me.
There's not enough. You need more.
There's not enough.
You need more.
But I mean, think of how worse it would be if I didn't even have these 6 up.
Yeah, that'd be horrific. We don't want that.
Yeah. No, it's almost done. I just need my table built, but we need it to really stop deciding to snow.
Yeah.
So I can get it built and I can get stuff painted outside.
Yeah.
Just need like warm days.
Well, hopefully, I'd like to say hopefully, or it'll happen soon, but it's Michigan and it has snowed.
I know.
It snowed in June before, so.
Yes. Yeah. We had like 4 days of 85-degree weather, which was really weird. Mm-hmm. And then now it's back to like 50s, but it's been like off and on rainy snow. So it's like can't do anything outside.
Gross. So gross. Yeah. So gross.
Yep.
I had Aunt Barb, our Aunt Barb, sent, yesterday was my husband's birthday, and she sent, hey, what are you guys doing for Jay's birthday? And I asked him what he wanted to do for his birthday, and he was like, nothing. And I was like, okay, well, you wanna go do this? You wanna go? He's like, no, you don't understand. Nothing. I don't want to go anywhere.
No pants.
Exactly. What he wanted was to just be at home and to grill meat and just have a relaxing day, and that's what he did.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of what we did last year for his birthday.
I was telling Aunt Barb about that, and she was like, "What's the weather like there? Because it's 35 and cold and rainy here." And I was like, "Well, it's 79. There's not a cloud in the sky, and it's supposed to get up to 89 later today."
Nice.
Yeah, she was just like, "Lucky."
Yeah, I know. I texted Uncle Jay yesterday morning, and I was like, "Happy birthday to the best uncle ever."
Aw. He had a good day.
Yeah.
His best friend,
like,
his bestie was down because they bought a house here, and but they haven't moved in full time yet because their son is still in high school, so they're waiting till he graduates.
Oh, okay.
And then they'll move down full time. But his bestie was in town, so he came over and spent some good quality time together, and they had a great day. And we were there too. They had a great day, and we were there too.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
That's good. I know. I missed not being there this year.
I know.
Sucks.
I know. And there's a house just on the road from us that's for sale right now.
I don't even want to go into that. So bad. But okay.
All right.
We're going off on tangents that don't involve
this at all.
The movie The Big Eyes.
I know. Now we're just talking.
Yep.
Well, I actually was supposed to head up this episode, and I was supposed to do Cocaine Bear this time, but getting ready for a Polygon, I've done the research. I haven't had time to type it all up and put my thoughts together yet, so that's where I'm at. But
yeah,
we will be recording in a couple days, so we have it for next week, and we will be doing Cocaine Bear. So I've teased it long enough. We're going to do that one.
Yes, I'm going to go do my homework because I was like, oh, crap, I haven't watched it. It's just going to be a surprise. Okay.
So you have to watch Cocaine Bear. You have to. It's ridiculous, and it's so freaking funny, but you have to watch Cocaine Bear.
I will go and do that tonight.
Okay. Yeah. I'm holding you to that.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think that's all we have for this time.
Yep. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in to Mimesis.
If you enjoy this podcast, by all means, tell your friends about it and give us a review on whatever platform you listen on.
We'd love to hear from you.
Thanks.